So the long-running franchise is coming back with its fourth movie, and we got The Equalizer 4, the first look you've been waiting for, with every Easter egg that is coming your way. So let's dive right into it. The Equalizer 4, it seems like Denzel Washington won't be reprising his role as Robert McCall after The Equalizer 3. While the third movie was initially marketed as the final installment of Denzel and director Antoine Fuqua's collaboration in the series, its success has sparked talks about a possible continuation. Now, discussions about the potential for The Equalizer 4 have been ongoing, with much speculation about Denzel's involvement. Even before any concrete details about The Equalizer 4's storyline emerged, Fuqua hinted at the possibility of another sequel during interviews for The Equalizer 3. He mentioned that while the third movie was intended to wrap up the franchise, he'd be open to making another if Denzel was interested. This suggests that Denzel Washington holds considerable sway over whether The Equalizer 4 moves forward. Fans might be hopeful that he'll decide to return, especially considering the potential for another blockbuster payday. It appears that Denzel has already made it clear that he won't be reprising his role as Robert McCall after The Equalizer 3. In an interview with E.T. before the release of the latest installment, Denzel spoke about his future as the character, stating, "This is the end for me. It may not be the end, they may do another one, but it's the end for me." This statement gives us a glimpse into Denzel's perspective on The Equalizer 4. Unless there's a significant change of heart down the line, it seems audiences shouldn't expect to see Denzel as Robert McCall again after the third movie. While there's always a chance that Denzel and director Antoine Fuqua could come up with a compelling story that reignites their excitement for the franchise, it seems like Denzel holds the key to whether The Equalizer 4 happens with him in the lead role. In the same interview, Denzel even mentioned that a hefty paycheck wouldn't be enough to tempt him back. Considering Denzel's substantial salary for each film and his belief that the franchise has reached its creative conclusion, it's unlikely that financial incentives alone would sway his decision to return. With Denzel stepping away from the Equalizer franchise, it doesn't necessarily spell the end for the series. There are still ways for the story to continue and evolve without its main star. One potential avenue is to focus on spin-off stories centered around Dakota Fanning's character, Emma Collins. As a member of the DIA, Emma could embark on her own missions to assist those in need, offering a fresh perspective on the Equalizer universe. While this approach might mean less emphasis on action, it opens up new storytelling possibilities and leaves room for Denzel to make a cameo appearance, if he chooses to do so. Another option is to explore prequel movies set in the Equalizer universe. Antoine Fuqua has hinted at the idea of de-aging Denzel for such projects, allowing for a recasting of Robert McCall's character. One intriguing possibility could be to cast Denzel's real-life son, John David Washington, as a younger version of McCall, providing a new take on the character while maintaining ties to the original films. These alternative paths offer exciting opportunities for the franchise to continue without relying on Denzel's involvement in The Equalizer 4. Dakota Fanning's portrayal of Emma Collins in The Equalizer 3 was met with much anticipation, especially considering her history with Denzel from their collaboration in Man on Fire nearly 2 decades ago. In The Equalizer 3, Fanning stepped into the role of Emma Collins, a DIA officer who unexpectedly becomes a crucial ally to McCall as he takes on the Italian mafia. While initially shrouded in mystery, Collins' significance in the franchise becomes increasingly apparent as the movie progresses. Collins' introduction in The Equalizer 3 brought a refreshing dynamic to the series, with Washington's McCall being the sole returning character. Throughout most of the film, Collins is kept in the dark about McCall's motives for involving her in the investigation. However, as the story unfolds, it becomes clear that there is a deeper connection between Collins and McCall that reshapes the trajectory of the franchise. The pivotal revelation in The Equalizer 3 unveils Collins as the daughter of franchise veterans Melissa Leo and Bill Pullman, who portrayed Susan and Brian Plummer in the previous films. Susan, a trusted ally of McCall, played a significant role in aiding him in his endeavors. The revelation of Collins' lineage adds a new layer of complexity to her character and strengthens ties to McCall's world. This familial connection sheds light on McCall's decision to involve Collins in the investigation, as he recognizes her heritage and the legacy left by her parents. It also hints at McCall's desire to mentor Collins and support her career at the DIA, following in her mother's footsteps. With the revelation of Collins' family ties, the possibility of her return to the franchise beyond the Equalizer 3 becomes intriguing. Dakota Fanning's portrayal of Emma Collins leaves room for further exploration of her character's journey and potential future involvement in McCall's endeavors. With that being said, there's been chatter circulating about how the Equalizer 3 continued one of the franchise's quirkiest trends involving Denzel Washington. It seems that in each installment of the Equalizer series, Robert McCall always ends up wet by the film's conclusion. This peculiar pattern has persisted throughout the Equalizer movies. In the first film, McCall finds himself drenched when the sprinklers unexpectedly activate during a heated confrontation. The trend continues in the Equalizer 2, where McCall gets soaked amidst a massive hurricane while dealing with his adversaries. And in the Equalizer 3, the tradition persists, as McCall is caught in the rain as he witnesses the demise of his enemy. While it may seem like a mere coincidence, the recurrence of McCall ending up wet suggests there might be more to it. Some speculate that this motif could carry symbolic significance. It could symbolize the proverbial calm before the storm, indicating McCall's imminent confrontation with his foes. Alternatively, the presence of water could represent a form of cleansing for McCall, perhaps signifying his attempt to wash away the sins of his violent past or seek redemption for his actions in the Equalizer 3. So there's been talk about the Equalizer 4 possibly using de-aging technology to bring back Denzel Washington for a prequel movie. But let's be real here, folks. The thing is, de-aging Denzel for Equalizer 4 could end up being a bit of a mess. But fear not, because there's a solution that's way simpler and way cooler: recasting Denzel with his son, John David. I mean, come on, have you seen the resemblance between those two? It's uncanny. And not only does John David look the part, but he's also got the chops to carry on the family legacy. With action flicks like Tenet under his belt, he's more than ready to step into his dad's shoes and breathe new life into the Equalizer franchise. Think about it. Recasting Denzel with John David for Equalizer 4 could give the series a whole new vibe. And since the movie would be set in the past, it's the perfect opportunity for John David to put his spin on the character while still honoring his dad's legacy. Plus, how cool would it be to see a father and son tag teaming it up on the big screen? It's a win-win situation if you ask me. So, here's hoping they make the right call and give us the Equalizer sequel we all deserve. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.